Hey everyone, BV here. Welcome to another episode of Hangin Loose. Super stoked to be out here with Zack Paley from Connecticut in the USA. We're out here in Niseko, out in the backcountry, and we've been touring this morning this peak. It's called Nito.
Yes, it is.
Nito. There's been Zack, there's been myself, there's been my son Maverick, who's 11 years old. He's been climbing up here. And also JC. We've had a rad time, and I just wanted to catch up. Have a bit of a chat, mate. Thanks so much for this morning. It's been epic. I know you work as a guide and a photographer, and you do some amazing things, not only here, but all over the world. Yeah. Just wanted to hear a little bit more about your story, where you started out, what brought you here, and so, yeah, tell the viewers.
Cool. So grew up skiing the East Coast, where if anyone has ever skied Northeast US, it's horrible. Makes even the worst places seem good. It's flat, it's icy, not very fun. So I knew that I wanted to get out to Colorado, first chance I got, which was when I went to university. Moved out there in fall of 2007, skied there for 2 years, and then knew I wanted to do winters. I was getting introduced to backcountry skiing, absolutely loved it. Spent a winter in Squaw, took the time off from school, came back to school, was like, yep, that's what I want to do. So took the next winter off, was in Jackson Hole, and then the following winter just stayed around Colorado. And then after that, I finished school, came out here in winter of 2011. First place was Hokkaido that I started going.
Sick. Spent
about 5 winters out there, and then this is my second winter back in Niseko. So it's good to be back. Love Japan, obviously. I've been coming back here. So when people like BV and his son around, it's awesome opportunity, and really stoked to be here.
So cool, mate. It sounds like you've travelled a lot, adventured a lot, and I think by the sound of it, you made a really conscious decision at an early age to actually follow your passion and do what you actually love, being skiing, ski touring, and photography.
I do what I can, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always an uphill battle, if you will, but it's fun.
I think it's an uphill battle for a lot of people, where they're always trying to compromise and sacrifice financial outcomes with following their passion. And something that I personally had a challenge with for a long period of time, and it wasn't until I was 40 just last year that I made that decision to actually follow my dreams and follow my passion and bring me to places like this, right? But you made that decision at an earlier age, and what do you think one thing is, if you could say one thing that actually led you to making that decision early on in your life?
I think it was the friends I was around, if it was one thing. Going to school, I met a lot of people that loved to ski and snowboard just as much as I did. In graduating school, 3 or 4 of us said, you know what, like, this is what we got to do for at least the next 2 to 3 years. And after that, like, one of us now has a real job, one of us is going back to grad school, but my core riding group of probably 4 to 5 people that I ski, upwards of 100 to 120 days with between the 4 of them, we all still pursue it. And so it's very much a positive input cycle where we're working together to do fun things like this.
That's awesome, mate. I'm super stoked. And, I think, when you talk about the people you surround yourself with, your tribe, your community, having good people around you, and who you surround yourself with is what life's about, and actually can have a massive influence on what you do, right? Mm-hmm. So what else? So what's next for you, mate? What are your plans? What are your dreams? What is it,
My dreams are just to keep doing this.
That's a good dream.
Yeah. I work, right now I'm working, work as a guide, and that's kind of my main source of my income. In the summer, I do something similar where I work for a company called Outward Bound. I take students that are your son's age and upwards of 18, 20 years old. We go backpacking in the woods for 2 to 4 weeks at a time. And those are kind of my sources of income right now. And that leaves the spring and the fall to travel. So this spring, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go yet, but I know in the fall every year I like to return to Argentina. The community that I'm around down there, combined with the terrain and the snow, is just, it's a really special place. You throw in the lifestyle of red wine and a really fun asado, grilling good meat on the barbecue, and man, it's a special experience.
Mate, I think you've won me over, not only today in terms of taking me and my son up in this beautiful terrain, but the fact that you're following your dream, you're living your passion, and not only that, you're also helping youth in terms of helping them maximise their potential and live out their dreams as well, mate. Incredibly inspiring, and super stoked to have met you. So thanks so much for today. It's been awesome. Any last words, anything you want to say out there to somebody who may be, a little bit off track or might not be really clear about what their purpose is or what their passion is and what they really want to do? Is there anything there that you just last something you can say, just a piece of wisdom that you've learned in your journey, just to share to maybe offer some insight and help there.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I've been through my fair share of tough times, but
Sure.
I think going out and getting disconnected in the woods is really nice. It helps you look inwardly. Don't be afraid to turn your cell phone off and leave it in the car for a day or 2 or 5 or whatever, to help you kind of sit and think back, make sure what's important to you stays important to you. I just want to thank you for coming out here today. It's people like you that book me out, that allow me to keep skiing, keep doing what I love to do. And people like Maverick, like your son, he's an inspiration for people to be up and coming. He's 11 years old and he's out here already crushing it. So
it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, don't be afraid to inspire someone else too. But
cool,
yeah.
brother. Now, what we do at the end of every Hangin Loose episode is give a shaka. So
Okay.
big shaka to the camera.
Okay. Yeah.
Woo! Well, thanks for coming on, mate. Pleasure to meet you, brother, and thanks for an epic day.
Pleasure skiing with you, as
Thanks,
always.
Zach. You're a legend.
Nice.
You.